Ever wondered what it's like to live in a country where women were banned from driving? Explore Saudi Arabia's most bizarre laws and the personal stories behind them. Number 1. Women driving ban. In Saudi Arabia, for decades, the idea of women behind the wheel was not just frowned upon but outright forbidden. The ban on women driving was a deeply ingrained cultural norm, backed by religious interpretations and societal expectations. It wasn't just a matter of legality, it was a matter of tradition and identity. Sarah's story epitomizes the struggle against this ban. In October 2017, Sarah, a Saudi woman with a fiery spirit, decided she had had enough. She courageously defied the driving ban, not just for herself, but for the countless women who longed for the freedom to drive. Despite the risks of arrest and backlash, Sarah took to the streets, determined to challenge the status quo. Her act of defiance wasn't just about driving, it was about reclaiming autonomy and challenging outdated norms. Sarah's bravery sparked a movement, igniting conversations and paving the way for change. Number 2. Male guardianship system. The male guardianship system in Saudi Arabia is deeply entrenched in the fabric of society, dictating the lives of women in profound ways. Under this system, adult women are legally required to obtain permission from a male guardian for various activities, from traveling to marrying to accessing certain healthcare services. It's a system that perpetuates dependence and reinforces gender inequality. Fatima's experience highlights the complexities of this system. In January 2019, Fatima, a young Saudi woman with dreams of pursuing higher education abroad, found herself at the mercy of her father's consent. Despite her academic ambitions and aspirations for independence, Fatima was bound by the patriarchal constraints of the guardianship system. Her journey to obtain her father's permission was fraught with tension and uncertainty, a stark reminder of the barriers women face in asserting their autonomy. Number 3. Clothing regulations. In Saudi Arabia, clothing isn't just a matter of personal style, it's a reflection of cultural norms and religious values. The abaya, a loose-fitting black cloak worn by women, is not just a garment but a symbol of modesty and piety. Similarly, both men and women are expected to dress modestly, adhering to guidelines that reflect the country's conservative ethos. Ahmed's encounter with the religious police underscores the significance of clothing regulations. In August 2020, Ahmed, a tourist exploring the bustling streets of Riyadh, found himself at odds with local customs when his choice of attire raised eyebrows. His shorts, deemed too revealing by Saudi standards, attracted the attention of the religious police, prompting a stern warning. For Ahmed, it was a lesson in cultural sensitivity and the importance of respecting local customs, even if they differed from his own. Number 4. Public decency laws. Public displays of affection are a cultural taboo in Saudi Arabia, where strict interpretations of Islamic law govern social interactions. Holding hands, hugging, or any form of intimacy in public is not just frowned upon but prohibited, viewed as a violation of societal norms and religious values. Maria's experience serves as a cautionary tale. In March 2019, Maria, a foreign resident navigating life in Jeddah, found herself in hot water when a moment of affection with her boyfriend led to her arrest. Their innocent embrace in a public park attracted the attention of the authorities, resulting in a stern reprimand and a reminder of the consequences of flouting public decency laws. For Maria, it was a sobering lesson in the complexities of cultural norms and the importance of navigating them with care. Number 5. Prayer time observance. In Saudi Arabia, the call to prayer isn't just a religious ritual, it's a cornerstone of daily life, shaping everything from business hours to social interactions. The observance of 5 daily prayers is a sacred obligation, with businesses, schools, and public services often pausing to accommodate worshipers. Khalid's experience highlights the impact of prayer time observance on daily routines. In November 2021, Khalid, a young professional with aspirations of landing his dream job, found himself grappling with the midday prayer break. Despite his punctuality and preparation, Khalid arrived late for a crucial job interview, the result of a scheduling conflict with the midday prayer. For Khalid, it was a reminder of the delicate balance between religious observance and the demands of modern life, a lesson learned at the expense of a missed opportunity. Number 6. Ban on alcohol. In Saudi Arabia, alcohol isn't just prohibited, it's strictly forbidden, with severe penalties awaiting those who flout the law. The ban on alcohol is rooted in Islamic principles and cultural norms that prioritize sobriety and piety. John's story is a cautionary tale. In April 2018, John, an expatriate working in Riyadh, found himself in a precarious situation when a night of revelry turned into a run-in with the law. A police raid on a private party exposed John's unwitting violation of Saudi Arabia's alcohol ban, leading to his arrest and subsequent deportation. For John, it was a harsh lesson in the consequences of disregarding local laws and customs, a stark reminder of the importance of cultural sensitivity in a foreign land. Number 7. Cinema ban reversal. For decades, cinemas were a rarity in Saudi Arabia, banned due to religious concerns and cultural sensitivities. However, in recent years, the kingdom has embarked on a path of social and cultural reform, leading to the lifting of the cinema ban in 2018. Yasmin's first trip to the cinema was a momentous occasion. In September 2019, Yasmin, a Saudi teenager eager to explore newfound freedoms, stepped into a cinema for the very first time, her eyes wide with wonder at the sights and sounds unfolding before her. For Yasmin, it was more than just a movie, it was a symbol of progress and possibility, a glimpse into a future filled with newfound opportunities for cultural enrichment and entertainment. Number 8. Restrictions on non-Muslim worship. While Saudi Arabia guarantees religious freedom to its Muslim citizens, non-Muslims face restrictions on practicing their faith publicly. Churches, temples, and synagogues are prohibited, and religious gatherings must be conducted in private. David's struggle to practice his faith reflects the challenges faced by non-Muslims in Saudi Arabia. In July 2020, David, a Christian expatriate, found himself navigating the complexities of organizing a religious gathering in a country where his faith was not officially recognized. Fearing repercussions from the authorities, David opted for discretion, holding small, clandestine gatherings with fellow believers in the safety of his home. For David, it was a testament to the resilience of faith in the face of adversity, a reminder that even in the most challenging of circumstances, the human spirit endures. Number 9. Internet censorship. In Saudi Arabia, the internet is not just a tool for communication and information, it's a regulated space where access to certain websites is restricted and online expression is closely monitored. Social media platforms are scrutinized and dissenting voices are silenced in the name of preserving societal norms and religious values. Ali's experience with internet censorship is a stark reminder of the limitations of online freedom in Saudi Arabia. In May 2021, Ali, a Saudi blogger with a penchant for political commentary, found himself in hot water after posting content critical of government policies on social media. His accounts were swiftly suspended, and he was summoned for questioning by the authorities, a chilling reminder of the consequences of speaking out against the status quo. For Ali, it was a sobering lesson in the power of censorship and the fragility of online expression. Number 10. Ban on Valentine's Day celebrations. In Saudi Arabia, Valentine's Day isn't just a day of love and romance, it's a controversial holiday that's been banned due to its perceived association with Western decadence and immorality. Public displays of affection or exchanging gifts associated with the holiday are strictly prohibited, viewed as a violation of societal norms and religious values. Sarah's thwarted Valentine's Day plans serve as a poignant reminder of the restrictions imposed on expressions of love in Saudi Arabia. In February 2019, Sarah, a Saudi resident, eagerly anticipated a romantic dinner with her partner, only to find their plans disrupted by the watchful eye of the religious police. Despite their best efforts to celebrate privately, Sarah and her partner were reminded of the ban on Valentine's Day festivities, a stark reminder of the boundaries imposed on matters of the heart in the kingdom. For Sarah, it was a bittersweet reminder of the complexities of love in a society bound by tradition and religious conservatism. Number 11. Ban on non-halal foods. In Saudi Arabia, the consumption of halal permissible food is not just a dietary preference, it's a religious obligation rooted in Islamic principles. Pork and its byproducts are strictly prohibited, and restaurants must adhere to halal certification requirements to cater to the Muslim population. Mark's inadvertent encounter with non-halal food highlights the importance of dietary restrictions in Saudi Arabia. In October 2020, Mark, a tourist exploring the culinary delights of Jeddah, found himself facing a moral dilemma when a dish containing pork was served to him by mistake. Despite his hunger and curiosity, Mark chose to adhere to his religious beliefs, discreetly leaving the offending dish untouched and opting for a halal alternative instead. For Mark, it was a reminder of the significance of food in shaping cultural identity and the importance of respecting dietary restrictions in a diverse and multicultural society. Number 12. Ban on women's sports in public schools. While Saudi Arabia has made strides in promoting women's participation in sports, there are still significant barriers to overcome, particularly in public schools where gender segregation and conservative attitudes prevail. The ban on women's sports teams in public schools reflects deeply ingrained cultural norms and societal expectations regarding gender roles and physical activity. Aisha's disappointment at the cancellation of her school's soccer team highlights the challenges faced by young Saudi women aspiring to pursue their athletic ambitions. In June 2021, Aisha, a talented soccer player with dreams of representing her country on the international stage, found herself sidelined by societal norms when her school abruptly disbanded the girls' soccer team. Despite her talent and passion for the sport, Aisha was denied the opportunity to compete and excel within the school system, a poignant reminder of the barriers faced by women in the male-dominated world of sports. For Aisha, it was a setback, but also a catalyst for change, inspiring her to advocate for greater opportunities for female athletes in Saudi Arabia. Number 13. Ban on public music performances. In Saudi Arabia, music isn't just entertainment, it's a cultural expression deeply intertwined with religious beliefs and societal norms. The ban on public music performances reflects conservative interpretations of Islamic law that discourage music and singing in public spaces, viewing them as distractions from religious devotion. Omar's struggle to organize a concert underscores the challenges faced by musicians in Saudi Arabia. In December 2019, Omar, a talented musician with dreams of sharing his music with a live audience, found himself navigating a maze of regulations and restrictions as he attempted to organize a concert in Riyadh. Despite his best efforts to obtain permits and adhere to guidelines, Omar faced resistance from authorities and venue owners reluctant to host his performance. For Omar, it was a frustrating reminder of the limitations imposed on artistic expression in a society bound by tradition and religious conservatism. Number 14. Ban on gender mixing in public. In Saudi Arabia, gender segregation is not just a matter of social convention, it's a deeply ingrained cultural norm rooted in religious beliefs and societal values. Separate spaces for men and women are the norm in various establishments, from restaurants to universities, reflecting a commitment to preserving modesty and piety. Fatima's frustration at the enforced gender segregation in her university classroom highlights the challenges faced by young Saudi women navigating public spaces. In September 2020, Fatima, a diligent student eager to engage with her male peers in academic discourse, found herself confined to the designated female section of her classroom, unable to participate fully in classroom discussions or collaborate with her male counterparts. Despite her academic prowess and intellectual curiosity, Fatima was denied the opportunity to interact on equal footing with her male peers, a stark reminder of the barriers imposed by gender segregation in Saudi society. For Fatima, it was a source of frustration, but also a catalyst for advocacy, inspiring her to challenge outdated norms and strive for greater gender equality in her community. Number 15. Restrictions on photography. In Saudi Arabia, photography isn't just a hobby, it's a regulated activity subject to strict guidelines and restrictions. Photographing certain public spaces, government buildings, or individuals without their consent is prohibited, viewed as a violation of privacy and security concerns. Ahmed's encounter with security personnel while taking photos near a government building serves as a cautionary tale for tourists and residents alike. In April 2022, Ahmed, a photography enthusiast eager to capture the sights and sounds of Riyadh, found himself facing scrutiny from authorities when his camera lens strayed too close to a restricted area. Despite his innocent intentions and ignorance of local regulations, Ahmed was reminded of the importance of respecting boundaries and adhering to cultural norms when it comes to photography in Saudi Arabia. For Ahmed, it was a lesson learned, a reminder that even the most innocuous activities can carry unintended consequences in a society governed by strict rules and regulations. And Saudi Arabia's unique blend of tradition, religion, and governance has resulted in a legal framework that may seem peculiar to outsiders. From the ban on women driving to restrictions on public music performances, these laws reflect the complexities of navigating daily life in the kingdom. Understanding these laws and their implications is essential for residents and visitors alike as they navigate the intricacies of Saudi society. And that's it from this video. See you in